Hello everyone, very good evening and good evening, sir. So today I'll be showing the whole implementation of AWS, which is Amazon Web Services. And this is a little note I would like to add in the beginning of the video that it might be a long video as I'll be explaining and going through every part of AWS and whatever fundamental things that are needed for us to solve our problem and make our code easy to run and easier for the user and more quicker. So let's get right into it. So this is the website of Amazon Web Services. As you can see, I'm currently connected from this server. We can see which server also we are connected from. So this is US East 1. And this is a basic Amazon Web Services website, which is getting started with AWS training and certifications. So over here, we can see services over here where we see console, Lambda, API gateway, or billing, everything, which we will be getting into. So starting with very basic one, um, like starting with a very basic one, we can see over here, which is a coding thing, but this is actually AWS Shell, Cloud Shell it is called. So, uh, yeah. So when we go into this, we can see we will clear the window and then we can see like normal Linux commands don't work. Like if I'm typing ls, these commands don't work. So I'll just have to but this has a little different commands. Like if you want to check the AWS version, this will be showing me the AWS version. As you can see, AWS CLI 2.13.4 and Python, Linux also, everything is updated. So I think if we check Python version also, we can see what version of Python it is. So Python is also available and updated. So if we type Python, so now we are in Python shell. So I'll say so this is a basic hello program and this is just for the very basic beginning and we are getting all the answers just to see that the shell is working properly and that AWS Cloud Shell is also one of the features which we can use. And so moving on to our major objective of our program, of our project, that is Lambda functions, which is a more important part, in fact, the very important part. And over here, it tells you that you can run code without servers. You only pay for the computing time that you consume. So it depends on the number of lines of codes that you are computing. And basically that. So over here, we can also see Amazon S3 and DynamoDB, which are basically Amazon S3 is a storage bucket and DynamoDB is a database, which we'll be getting into later. So for now, I'll go straight into this. Oh yeah, this is also there is also written first 1 million per month requests are free, and after that it is basic 20 cent per 1 million requests, and there's also another plan which is GB per second per month. So that is also uh, basic one very basic pricing just for getting an idea. So over here, when we are in Lambda, we are seeing that currently I am not using any storage as I have refreshed all of it and deleted the earlier LangChain ones, which I had shown earlier. Okay. So this is also basically a log chart, which will show us what regarding every event that is happening, and we can scale it and how much energy it is consuming, how much cloud storage it is consuming, and what all it is needed and how we can optimize it. So over here, we'll get right into it. Author of a Lambda function from scratch, and we'll create a function. So we'll choose author from scratch. My function name is LangChain, as that is what we are using. So over here, we'll choose Python as Python. Python is the language, preferred language, which we'll be writing in our code in. And here we are not choosing ARM64 as x86 64 is one of our used ones, and I personally have used it before. So I'll go to create function. Now it is loading. It'll take a little bit while. And so here you can see that LangChain Lambda function is made. Zero layers, zero triggers, and no destination is also there. So yeah, this is one of the very basic functions which is given hello from Lambda. And if we remove this, this is a Python function, uh, nothing very special. But when we click on the test button, okay. Mm, variables. This is the other window that is showing environment variables, which is a basic boring bio on how to use and what all environment variables we can add, how we can add them, which we'll not get into right now. But as we, okay, okay. So I want to test the value. I want to test it and deploy it. Yeah. So I had written another code, which I'll just show the code, which is a basic code. So this is, as you can see, hello from Lambda code. Right now, we are not able to deploy it because to deploy it, we need to invoke a URL, which will be doing through API gateway, which is also a feature of AWS only, and we'll be using this website only. And over here, I'll show that this is a code I wrote for counting strings in a counting words in a string, number of words in a string. So I will just make a new file and put this over here so that we can check it. Right now, also you can see when I save it, uh, count strings UI. So I'm storing it in LangChain folder only. When I click on save, right now let's try to deploy it once. Yeah, so it has been updated, the function to LangChain. So this is how we have made a basic Lambda function. Now this function is basically useless if we do not add any triggers or add any destinations to it. So I will open AWS in another website on another window and sign into it. Yeah. So I will go to API gateway. Yeah. So here it is showing that what type of API I want to. So we will go with HTTP API as we want to invoke an URL. So we can get uh, our code response on a website on a URL which we will be getting through this API only. So we'll click on build. we want to add integrations, we will not be choosing any integration right now here. And just go to we'll give any basic name. So is method. So right now I have chosen method any and URL endpoint. Yeah, yeah. So as you can see over here, we have got a notification for configuring the routes and how we'll be configuring the routes. And I'll quickly do this, all of this process and fast forward the video to where we have created these APIs and we are invoking the URL.